Alright, starting. Okay. Oh, hello? Hello? Oh. Welcome back. Oh, I like that. I like that launcher. Oh, trailer. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about, trailer. Why is it in JP? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully this isn't gonna be a full JP stream. Alright. There you go. There's a D4. Oh. Okay. Oh. Nah, you know what? Yeah, that's why. It's because they want us to hear JP Saber, and that's why. Okay, you know what? Makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Ooh. We're seeing more fake characters, chat. Also, I did see the thing. I think maybe they merged together. That's what it is. Ooh. Oh. Redemption code. Okay. Surely I'll have actual time to sleep and not get insomnia again. Because insomnia is a freaking doofus. And I hate insomnia because it screws with me. Welcome to version 3.4 special program. Please run the host application Albert. Hello.
Hey, Mr. Albert?
Hello!
Albert.
Woo! And whether or not you have a day-night cycle.
I will say the one thing with the trailer, I did actually hope for the 3.0 song again, but using the other lyrics in the second verse. But it is what it is.
Rebooting really does solve
Maybe that'll be for 3.5.
Introduce ourselves. Hi everyone, I'm Finan. I'm so happy to be on the special program.
Hello everyone.
Also, why is the quality so booty? Oops.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you...
Hello everyone.
Okay.
I'm Anaxagoras.
Nice to see all of you again. Did you miss me?
Well, of course we missed you.
Okay, I'm a little bit delayed.
Welcome to the show.
So, because of the quality change. But it's okay. It's fine.
The way the story in the last version left off.
I see the freaking Drovis in the bottom right.
The burning
Also, it
sky,
says 1934
fall of dawn.
as a time
Akuma
under
was
me.
the last place under Kefali's protection, but now it has also sunk into Evernight.
All of our Chrysosaur companions did everything in their power to buy precious time for the Trailblazer and Finan.
Who voices Mem, by the way? Is it still just... Is it the voice of Cyrene? I assume it's the voice of Cyrene, but we don't know yet. Maybe they said it already, but I don't know.
Was prepared for this.
Yep.
You just need to boldly take that last step toward the Era Nova.
How is he here? How is...
It seems like Finan
How's
is gonna go
Anaxa?
through a lot. I saw a few scenes that looked like flashbacks, and I think I even saw a different form of him.
The truth of Amphoris is about to
Alright.
reveal itself. I assume
Tell a
everyone
swarm of nymphs that
that
chase a
all
scorching
that's
dawn.
happened in
Pan of
Amphoris
Era Nova.
is not
Was
as
gay
simple
reached the
as it
throne.
seems.
They walk through the petals and land of repose. Yet
For
fell finally
example,
at dawn's
when we went
rise.
to fight Aquila, we noticed that the Eye of Twilight seemed unusually high-tech.
And when the Dawn device went out, many of the structures in Akuma and the Vortex of Genesis started showing strange textures, It was like the whole world was peeling off.
Mm-hmm. Why don't we take a look back at our whole journey so far in Amphoris and lay out our suspicions and clues we have. First,
I am blocking
at the
Albert,
end
I'm
of the
sorry,
3.3
but there's
story,
nowhere else I
the
could be.
geniuses reveal
I
that
guess I
the
can make
source
myself
of
smaller,
Amphoris' tragedy
like even
is an
smaller.
Emperor's scepter that survived to this day.
Ooh,
It
smaller.
has
There
something to
you go.
do with that erudition god beyond the sky, doesn't it? Even though I don't quite understand these principles, this breeding ground, which switched from following the path of
Breeding,
erudition
you
to
say?
the path of destruction, must be hiding secrets beyond Aranova.
In addition, that Tin Man Lygist is also pretty suspicious.
I agree,
He and
yes.
Finan had a pretty significant conversation in the vortex of Genesis.
Actually, I was already suspicious of him when he said he could fix the Express and send the Trailblazers back home. Well,
Yeah.
the mask is coming off
Yeah.
now.
Based on my interactions with him, Lygus doesn't seem to have any desire to oppose the Chrysos heirs. Rather, he only wishes to quietly observe everything as it unfolds.
I see you.
Could it be that everything that's happened so far is exactly what he wanted to see? That title,
Go,
The
Chimera.
Oros,
Go.
does
there's
mean
another one.
spectator. If we
Wait,
combine
is
this
this the
information
Chrysos
with what
heirs?
we know
Is this
about the
that cat
relationship
girl?
between the
And this is
scepter and
Trippy.
Paladins,
Wait, hold
maybe
up.
Amphorius is being used
I'll wait
as
for
a
the glide one.
chessboard by people from beyond this world.
No, no,
and
no.
Lygus is one
What are
of
you,
them.
what are you doing?
Oh, you're
No.
exactly right.
No,
If the
no,
situation
no,
in
no,
the process
wait.
is like a game
Cat girl,
chess,
no.
then
Cat girl,
Amphoris
stay.
is a trap to set
Oh,
up the
thank you.
checkmate.
Thank you.
But who
Or maybe
knows?
that's Mighty. Maybe
the
that's a
chess
Mighty
pieces
baby cat.
themselves can overturn the board.
I don't know.
Heroes Aranova
Yeah,
could
stay.
affect
Thank
the
you.
worlds beyond the sky, and the Trailblazers' choices may also determine the future of the universe.
But before the Aranova actually arrives, there's no way to tell what it will bring. The Trailblazers have already done so much for Amphorius. I don't want them to have to experience the unknown of Aranova.
As someone from beyond the sky, they already risked a lot by taking on
No.
a demigod's divine authority.
Another one.
If something were to
Eki.
happen in the
Eki, please.
Aranova,
No,
Oh.
we can't let them stay.
Wait, no, yeah, I think
We
this
have to
was
listen
Cat
to
Girl.
Finan and go
This was
home.
Cat Girl.
Well said.
That
The
one was
Trailblazers
Mighty.
won't betray
Oh.
the sincerity
Oh yeah, that
shown
one's definitely
them.
Aggie.
However, their fate
That one got a
will still
golden
be
apple.
tied to that of
No,
Amphoris.
no, no,
They'll
Cat
be
Girl, no,
returning to the
Cat Girl, no,
battlefield with
no,
a very important mission.
Okay.
On
No, no,
the
Aggie,
other
no.
hand,
Aggie,
I
no.
suspect many of our audience members,
Aw.
like me, have some questions about Finan. That Finan we saw in the Vortex of Genesis at the end of the 3.3 story.
Oh, there's no
why was his
subtitles.
name hidden?
Well, maybe that Finan isn't the one we're all familiar with.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. But I'll leave the specific details for everyone to find out themselves in the game in version 3.4. I've actually got some other information to reveal to you.
What kind of information?
Following the story's progress, as I've written, we'll
Ooh.
receive a big update in this version. In these
Ah,
records that we
yeah,
get,
because
you will be able to
you
catch a
know,
glimpse of
its
Amphoris'
stories
true
being
nature.
all loopy
Before,
now.
as I've
Makes
written,
sense.
was like a storybook, keeping record of our friends' stories. Now, even its appearance has changed. It feels like something big is about to happen.
it looks like
From-
it's turned into some kind of
From
database.
regular book
You can use
to
this system to unlock
ebook.
even
Oh.
more of Amphoris' secrets.
Jumpus. Jumpus.
That's right.
Jumpus.
Aside from the major
Drumus,
updates
drumus,
too,
drumus.
As I've written, the long-awaited skip dialogue feature, which was
Oh.
previously announced, is finally going live in version 3.4.
Hey, I heard
Story
you want to
dialogue can now be
skip the
skipped by
dialogue
section,
because
with plot
story's
summaries
too
and
long.
The main characters that appeared in each section displayed along the way. Now you can choose the pace of storytelling based on your own preferences. In version 3.6, there'll also be a
I don't know.
story
Again, I don't know if I'm
recap
going to use that
function.
because I want to see
Stay tuned.
everything. But at the same
But of
time,
course, as
maybe
we move
the
into version
devs will see,
3.4, we shall
will look
take
at
the
like how
final
much
step
we're
of the prophecy
skipping,
together.
and they'll know like,
Witness
oh,
the
which
truth
parts
and
should
the
they cut
fate
out
of
and
this
stuff.
world. And the
Maybe.
myriad celestia that Mr. Shaoji hinted at in the version 3.2 preview is
Nope.
finally going live soon.
Oh, you mean what's happening beyond the sky?
Drumus, drumus, drumus,
Is it
drumus.
also
The next
related
is
to
drumus,
Amphorius
drumus.
and Aranova?
We'll have to keep it a secret for now. Meanwhile, we'll be releasing an animated short. This animated short contains a very important part of the story in version 3.4. Can't spill too much here, but I can give you a little teaser.
Now we know we're not gonna watch that. We are not watching that. We're watching that during
Don't miss it.
the
Nice.
the story.
To dive into the new story already?
Next, why don't we turn our attention to our good friend Viden and take a look at his story together.
Okay. Hey, that's kind of like me. I mean, what? I don't want to say no. I don't want to spoil too much Kyo lore now. Also, holy frick. Hey, why are you trying to end the world? I mean, you know what makes sense. You know what? He is restarting the world. It makes sense. It makes
What in the
sense.
world happened to Finan to make him
What in
change
the
this
world?
much?
Yeah. Yeah,
This is
I
nothing
agree.
like the warm, sunny person we all know. Now he seems strange and formidable.
Formidable.
Could you elaborate?
I remember when our buddy first showed up in Amphorius. Finan was one of the first Chrysosairs to genuinely
He was one of the
welcome them.
boys.
And when danger came
And now
knocking,
he's one of the
he
men.
always had our backs.
But behind that kindness and reliability, Finan carries the expectations of many. He is the deliverer chosen by the
Eki.
prophecy, and
Eki.
Aglaya's hand-picked
Oh, it's
successor
Hyacinth.
of the flame chase journey.
MID.
Aglaya even used her own death
Where you
to
go,
set him up
Hyacinth?
for success
Where you
by
going?
making the
No,
Council of
Eki, no.
Elders the
Eki, no.
focus of
I love you, Eki,
criticism,
no.
and allowing
Oh.
Finan to step up and rally the people.
Yeah,
Eki, no.
all of us have
Eki, no.
high hopes for him.
I know they're
call him
talking,
the
but
deliverer
I'm just
of
looking at the
Amphorius.
chimeras.
Even Cypher, who barely ever showed her face, used to call him Little Deliverer Boy.
It's as if everyone just assumes that he'll be a savior.
I'm curious. Who was Finan like
Cat
before
girl.
he joined the flame chase journey? Was he one of those perfect kids everyone got compared to?
Before the flame chase journey, guess we've got to go back to my hometown.
Unless this is the
Ides Elysiae.
Finan.
It
one.
was a small.
I don't know. Maybe it's a
remote
Finan
village.
one. I don't
Nothing
know.
flashy,
Oh.
but
Oh, you get to
far
go
away
to
from
Ides
chaos.
Elysiae.
Ooh,
Or at least
sounds
maybe a
like real
projection of it.
peaceful place.
It was. And even though the village was small, everyone got along really well. There were also beautiful rivers and mountains, and even a forest. That forest was home to all kinds of little fairies. When I was little,
Fairies?
I'd go exploring the woods and visit those cute fairies.
Now
When
don't get
I
a
wasn't
certain
exploring,
teacher
I'd go play with my friends by the sea.
to
We
to
pretended
be teleported in
heroes
this
from the old
area, or
stories
else
and practiced our
he would go crazy.
swordsmanship. When we got tired, we went
Is
to
that
lie
sh-
down
is-
in the
is
wheat
Fairly
fields
Appearance
until we
even,
got called home for dinner.
Even
No
running
strife,
anywhere?
No
Or is it
invaders
over?
or any of that deliverance crisis stuff? Seems like a complete paradise.
The wheat fields
Man,
are
I'm old.
gorgeous too.
Anyway.
Lying there, surrounded by golden waves of wheat, with the breeze carrying that sweet malted scent. Oh, just the thought of it is enough to get me excited.
I love the
Guess
countryside.
what?
It's very
You
nice.
won't have to imagine for long.
Good food.
In version 3.4,
Good,
we get to
fresh
explore Ides Elysiae
ingredients.
alongside the Trailblazer. Learn about Finan's past, how he became a warrior, joined the flame chase, and grew into the person he is today.
Can't wait!
From a carefree little kid to the deliverer carrying everyone's hopes, you've really come a long way.
These days, Finan just gives off this heaviness. Like he'd still press on no matter how exhausted, just to
Yep, no
live
matter
up to
how much he
everyone's
crashes out.
expectations.
Amphorius needed a hero, so he became one. The Chrysosairs needed hope and a leader, so that's who he became. Looking back at the main art for this version, even though Finan's face is still the same, his whole vibe has shifted. His gaze is now sharp. and
His
commanding,
gaze.
completely different from before.
Every time I
Now
hear
we're
the word
just one
gaze,
step away from the Era Nova.
it's just
Prophecy foretold.
too much
The
chat.
deepest
It's
truths
too
of
much.
Amphorius are about to
Okay.
come to light.
Wait.
What
me get
trials lie ahead,
these.
and what choices
Oh,
will
wait.
Finan make?
Do I not have 7
hero's journey
TVs?
is never easy. But if the will in
What?
your heart is strong enough,
Oh no,
no
it
fire can burn
shows.
you out.
It just doesn't show
If
for
anything, every
OBS
trial is
release for
just
some
a
reason.
forge for an even
Oh,
brighter
casters.
soul.
Hello.
I am more.
Goodbye.
Well said.
Aggie, no.
Let's
Aggie,
let
stop.
everyone express
Aggie,
all
stop.
themselves in version 3.4.
Aggie,
Now
please.
let's take a look
I
at how
love you,
Finan
Aggie.
forms in battle.
Sedge.
You got it. I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows.
Okay, he has his own
Skill,
unique
I'll deal
ult.
damage to
Okay,
one
makes
designated
sense.
enemy and adjacent targets. The use of my skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough
Core
of them, I can
flame
activate
core.
my ultimate.
He is the
So
flame
core
reader.
flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Finan can also
Core
use
flames, it has to be
inflicted as a
me.
target by a teammate or
I
enemy
see.
ability. If he is the target of a
So yeah,
teammate,
Bronya
Finan
and
will
Sunday,
inflict
yeah, he
more
really
damage.
wants to be action
When I use
advanced.
my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After
He who
transforming,
bears the world
Finan
must
powers up
burn.
massively. Teammates temporarily retreat and can't take action, while he faces the enemy head-on with new
Oh.
strength.
Okay, so he's the going solo
Too
guy.
risky.
Okay,
Don't worry.
that's why they
All
want
the
to test
towns
out going
and months
solo.
of Finan's teammates
Okay,
still stay active,
I
provide
see.
him with
Okay,
much-needed support.
he's the going
After using
solo.
the core flames to
I wasn't
transform,
sure if
I
it
have
was him
access to the
or
powers of
someone
3
else,
kinds
but
of
I guess it's
titans.
him.
Creation, calamity,
It
and
doesn't make
foundation.
sense.
Each
What the
with a
heck?
brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Elaborate.
Tapping into the power of the creation titans, I can deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. Calling
Okay.
upon the power of the calamity titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I
Counterattack.
retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage.
Okay, so he has
on
a
one
regular
enemy.
attack. Yes, counter.
Heads up. The more soul scorch stacks he's got, the stronger that counterattack hits.
Using these two abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my third ability. With the
Oh,
power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on
Well,
myself. Then use
it's
Scourge
the end
charge
of the
to deal
world
bounce
as we
damage.
know it.
If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Finan will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Finan's technique is pretty unique too. Upon casting it, Finan
Beginning
instantly
of the
strikes all
end.
enemies in a certain
Also,
radius. If they're
why
normal
is
enemies,
there-
they're immediately wiped out
why is
without
there
even
6
triggering a battle.
technique points?
All enemies? That's nuts.
No.
Power comes with a
Surely
This
no.
technique consumes 2 technique points.
If the
No,
technique
surely.
misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Finan's in the team,
Let me
the
guess.
point cap goes
When
up
you
by
have
4.
Finan's
When I use my
global
technique to enter
passive, he
combat,
gets
I'll also
more
regenerate energy for my teammates.
skill
In
point.
addition, at the
That's the
start
way
of each
technique
wave,
plays.
I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh, I see.
Alright, now
I
we've
hope
wrapped
that's
up
not the
Finan's combat
case.
abilities, it's time to bring you some updates on a few familiar faces. In version
Oh.
3.4.
I mean, it's not the end of the world if that
Wade,
happens.
Kafka, and Jing Liu are all getting some
Yes,
serious
yes,
enhancements.
yes, buffs.
Go! Oh, Mr. Albert, please do tell us what's changing.
Let's start
Okay,
with Silverwolf.
Silverwolf.
After the optimizations, her ultimate now lowers the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Oh, so it's AoE now, not single target.
Exactly.
Thank frick.
Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your
Or,
life.
okay, slot
On
one's
top
gonna
of
be more
that,
important for her.
Silverwolf will regenerate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
that
a lot
makes
of
it
energy.
Easier to apply the weakness we actually
So
want.
you're saying we can reliably 2-turn
Next up,
ult?
Kafka.
Okay.
After
Oh,
the buffs, Kafka's
okay.
skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack.
Oh, any
Collecting certain
attack,
traces,
not just
the follow-up
basic.
attack can also
That's good.
trigger extra DOT on the enemy.
And it triggers
And
the
using her
okay.
ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So
Number of
basically, Kafka's got more
times?
frequent follow-up attacks,
More
better efficiency
frequent
applying
follow-up.
debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
And
so
now for Blade.
exactly what it is. Okay, Blade.
He will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP. When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he is more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks
Okay.
will generate extra energy.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and
Okay,
use his ultimate
so
more
more
often.
better
His total damage
follow-ups.
output's gonna spike.
He gets
Good
actual
observation.
aggro.
A change will happen to Jing Liu as well.
Oh,
Now she'll
okay.
deal damage to enemies based on her max HP.
Oh,
Each time a
she's
teammate loses
changing to
HP
HP scaling.
Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage. After she enters the spectral transmigration state, she'll also
Wait,
gain
also-
a stack
wait.
of syzygy. That means the spectral transmigration state lasts
Okay, so you have
longer,
more
and her
stacks,
overall damage
but-
output climbs even higher accordingly.
Wait,
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability
Wait.
reworks, won't their Eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa. Some of our old friends' Eidolons will be tweaked to better
Oh.
match the revamped kits, making sure
Okay.
everything stays in sync.
But what if someone wants to stick with their previous version of their abilities?
what if I want to
Problem.
stay
We
weak?
can switch between our friends' ability modes freely, so choose whichever version you like best. For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for official announcements.
Sounds
So I have to change
Aside from the ability
my
reworks,
boots
one more old friend
and
of
my
ours
rope
is getting
for Jing Liu.
something this time around.
Oh,
because she's now HP scaling.
3.4,
Frick. And
Firefly's
Kafka,
brand new
she's gonna be
outfit,
more of a support
Black
now.
Mesa, is making its debut.
Ah,
A new
look
outfit.
at that.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
Oh. Firefly. Fire skin. Fire skin. Fire skin. Ooh. Wait. yes. okay.
School uniform
Sam also
on,
gets
Firefly
changed.
looks
Also,
more
but
youthful than
yeah,
ever. And that Firefly sheet
um,
brooch on her chest.
obtained with
Sounds like
owner
a
extras.
lot of thought
Also,
into
obviously,
taking
this
it
ain't
out.
free.
Maybe
Frick's
even
gonna make
ask
this
for
one free.
fashion advice from her fellow Stone
So,
Hunters.
schoolgirl
Well, Miss Kafka
Firefly,
does have an
because she
opposite
always
side.
wanted to
Lisa
be
talked a lot about it
a
behind
normal
the
girl.
scenes.
Even her mech's had a makeover. You think she spruces it up during downtime to match her outfit changes?
Oh, totally possible. If I had a mech, I'd also probably coordinate it with my outfit. New theme, new colors. The whole look has to be consistent.
Obviously, I'm not
Able
gonna
to
get
grab
that because
Firefly's new look from the
it's a
contract
it's a
shop, you
pay
feel direct
skin.
shot. And again, please
And
stay
I
tuned for
generally
further
don't spend money on this
details and
game.
future official announcements. Next,
I'm generally
let's
feeling.
take a look at this
What
version.
is that light
In
code?
Version 3.4's
Hold
first
up.
half warp event, Trailblazers can
What is
acquire
that?
the limited 5-star character
What is
Violet,
this?
And the limited
Hold up.
5-star light cone thus burns the dawn.
What is
of
this?
a boosted drop.
Hello?
Also,
Hello?
A brand new
Hello?
4-star light cone for the Path of Remembrance.
Hello?
The story's next page is being
Hello, what
added
is
to the
this?
first half banner. At the same time, we'll also
Hello?
kick off a special
Oh no, it's
warp
just a
event.
tribute round.
Limited
Whatever.
5-star
Oh wait, Tribby, Sunday, and Sparkle.
Freebie, Sunday,
Okay.
and Sparkle are coming back. Plus,
Pepe Hand
5-star light
Sparkle.
cones if
Actually,
time
no,
is
it's probably
right.
she's probably gonna be like
Under
really
the
good for
center. And Earthly Escapade
for,
will return as well. In the second half of version 3.4, we've got another round of special warp events. Limited 5-star characters, Firefly, Jing Liu, and
Oh, go
Blade
good for
will be
Archer.
back
That's what I meant.
along with the
Okay,
limited 5-star
Firefly
light
because she's getting the
cones.
skin
About
makes
you,
sense.
Blue
Jing Liu
Fist,
Blade.
I shall be my own sword and the unreachable
So I'm
sword.
assuming Silverwolf and Kafka are gonna rerun in 3.5 because Hysolins is gonna be Dot, right? Because if they're not rerunning Kafka now, then that means Hysolins is for sure gonna be for Dot.
And the limited 5-star light cones, patience is all you need, and incessant rain.
Also,
rerun as
this is
well.
a complete skip patch for me, by the way. I
Also, 8 new
Wait, hold
5-star
up,
light
what?
cones will be added to the Nameless Honor rewards in version
Oh wait, no,
3.4.
nameless honor. Never mind. I was about to say, can we buy this in MOC shop? No, No. bruh,
Looks like Finan really
Bruh.
does enjoy spending his days in the wheat fields.
bruh.
Nature's mattress. Can't beat that level of comfort.
For sure.
All right.
I do really like Catgirl though.
There's still more version
That
3.4
Catgirl one
content
is
coming
cute.
your way.
Oh my god, the casters one was so cute. Very peaceful music. With the freaking background looking like it's the end of the world.
Welcome back.
Alright.
Take a look at the this version. A piece of good news comes from Pentagon at the other end of the cosmos. Origami
Finally.
Bird Clash is about to return in version 3.4.
Is that the cute match 3 game?
That's right.
Yes.
The Interactive
Yes.
Peace Corporation has
Yes.
officially sponsored
Yes.
Origami Bird Clash and hopes to promote
Now
this
will we
arcade
see
game
will we see
full of
more
Pentagon
birds? Who
flavors
knows?
throughout the whole cosmos. And the first step to starting that grand venture will be to open up the original shop arcade on the Trailblazers Radiant Feldspar.
There needs to be some new game modes for the game to make a name for itself, right?
Of course. This time, the 2 players will take turns acting on the same field, and every player has a set number of moves. You can eliminate 4 or more fruits to
Ooh.
4 bombs and obtain extra moves.
You have the
You can
same
also
map
get extra
now.
moves when you swap 2 super bombs to trigger a combo elimination.
Okay.
Oh no! I see obstacles popping up on the field. How are we supposed
That's
to deal
normal.
with those?
That's Jade
Not
Bird.
to worry. In this version of the Origami Bird Clash, there
Ooh,
will be lots of
wait.
new items that can help you in battle.
Items.
For example, Shattering Hammer can eliminate any individual fruit or obstacle. Spicy Bomb can turn a fruit into a bomb, and Reset Cube can reset all
Okay.
fruits on the field. Leveling up items will also make
Ah
them
yes,
more powerful.
Mulligan.
As long as you pick
Leveling
the
up
right
items.
at the right
Okay.
time, you can turn the tide and deliver a powerful blow to your opponent.
There are plenty of familiar faces among our opponents this time.
Oh.
That's right.
Hello, Style.
Trailblazers can still battle against many old friends and disadvantages.
Yo, what about Argentia?
Participating in
I
skill
like
challenges.
Stell. Okay,
Trailblazers
chat.
can also do open challenges with friends from across the universe. This multiplayer mode won't end with version 3.4 either. Origami Bird Clash will replace the Seal Slammers multiplayer mode and become the new long-term co-op game
But-
mode.
We're done slamming seals. Now
No,
it's time for
I
seals
want to
with
slam more
friends.
seals. We would slam more
We'll
seals.
continue with more
Man.
version content. Our old friend Gift of
Okay.
Ice returns as usual.
Makes
in
sense.
version
This
3.4.
obviously we get the freaking 10
The
tickets.
Player Fissure and Realm of the Strange events will also return.
Okay,
Complete the
makes sense.
challenges to get double rewards.
Yep. In version 3.4, Stagnant Shadow, Shape of Cinders, will also come online. And you can obtain the
For
Ascension
wind
material,
type- oh,
Charmed
yes.
Bud of Twilight,
Wind
for
type
wind characters
character,
upon completing the challenge.
At the same time, the
What
planet
the
ornaments,
heck is that?
Arcadia of Woven Dreams and Revelry by the Sea will also come online.
Revelry by the Sea?
Trailblazers can
Is
obtain
one of these
them
gonna be
in the
Dot?
Divergent universe.
Maybe Revelry by the Sea is gonna be
Why did my
Dot?
seat collapse?
In addition, I'd like to share with you some information about a few events outside the game. First, the
Oh.
annual Hoyo Fest Offline exhibition will begin in July. This year's event venues have been completely upgraded, and the events will be held in
Stell's
core
cute.
cities in 6 Southeast Asian countries.
That's right. We've also prepared a lot of event missions and new merchandise. Please follow our official
had
channel for
hands
details about
for
the
head
events
patting.
and tickets.
You know what?
In addition,
Head pat.
Honkai Star
Yeah,
Rail
head
will be joining Anime
pat.
Expo this July.
Yeah. Too bad I can't be
Free
there
gifts.
A
because
special panel for Honkai
No.
Star Rail will also
Oh.
be held at Anime Expo, featuring
You have
several
Josh.
special guests.
Gabe,
Please keep an
Hayden,
eye out for more
Aiden,
info
Don,
and
you have
official
Trash Taste as well.
announcements. See you at Anime
You also
Expo.
get a card.
Thank you all for your kind introductions. Let me see. We're almost out of
Wait.
time. We'll move it on to our next show in just a sec.
You
Okay,
seem
this is good. This is gonna be the
mighty
fake
busy,
collab,
Bart.
I assume.
Well, I am a professional super host.
What's
Oh.
going on?
Goodbye.
Thanks, Albert.
Goodbye, Albert.
Hey, what's
You're
going
being
on?
summoned.
Not my time yet.
You are not of my servant.
Whether or not your world has the concept of a holy grail. Welcome to
All right.
the live stage of the Honkai
It's
Star
time.
Rail and Fate's Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab special program.
Ah, long time no see, everyone. I'm a venturine from the Interastral Peace Corporation.
Howdy, Galaxy Ranger Boot Hill, at your service.
Welcome, both of you. I, Albert, have apparently been summoned by the Holy Grail to be this show's host today.
Albert, could your class be... speaker?
Son of a gun. That's funny.
Maybe
Okay.
you two can call me presenter instead. That sounds nicer.
Well, presenter doesn't sound half bad. In that case, why don't you present the situation to our audience? Explain what you meant by summoned by the Holy Grail and why we've arrived at Penacony.
Well, the cosmos is full of surprises. Soon after the ripples of the Charmony Festival had calmed, the Trailblazer received a secret invitation from old Odie, head of the Alfalfa family. It turns out that the old Jen is planning a brand new entertainment spectacle called Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War.
Wow. Sweet
Okay.
Dreams and the Holy Grail War. Sounds like a Holy Grail War is taking place in the Sweet Dream.
That's right, but I have no idea where old Odie got his Holy Grail from. Let me give a brief explanation of everything here. It's said that the
So this
Holy
face stuff,
Grail
I
is
don't
a
know
wish-granting
nothing,
chalice
by the way.
that can
Just
manifest
for anyone
any
wondering.
miracle. And the Holy Grail War
I'm actually gonna be
is a
honest, I'm kind
ritual
of planning
for
on
obtaining
skipping
that power.
3.4
As long as you
entirely.
win the brutal contest of the Holy
Even
Grail
Fate.
War, the
Although I
Grail
heard
will
Fate's
fulfill
the
your
Fate
wishes.
collab is going for multiple patches, so
Boot Charmony
Yeah.
Festival has only just concluded, and they're putting on a new show already.
Hey, don't forget that Penacony prides itself on being a holiday resort. How are they going to attract tourists?
I really
who
want
don't
high
have any
scenes,
events?
at the very least. That's why
Didn't the last Charmony Festival
I'm
have a
considering
little
skipping.
accident? I mean, that probably wasn't great for Penacony's image. The family's definitely going to want to find another opportunity to generate some buzz.
Well, I heard that old Odie hopes to make the Penacony and Holy Grail War into a
Old
new show
Odie
that
and
rivals the Charmony
Penacony.
Festival.
that
therefore returning
that
Penacony
came
to the
out pretty
cosmic
smooth there.
limelight.
Good job,
With
Candy.
dreams as the gimmick, the show is sure to attract a lot of money and a lot of dream chasers. I bet
Hey, why you
Odie is
why you
thinking the
laughing
same
like
thing.
Odie?
This Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War program will be conducted in Penacony. The 7 invited participants will summon famous historical figures to fight alongside them as their servants. And the final winner will receive the precious opportunity to make their wish come true.
Oh.
Chance to make any wish and any miracle come true. Well, that's definitely a nice gimmick. But, as we all know, people die if they're killed. Bullets don't discriminate.
He
So
said the
someone gets
line.
caught in the crossfire.
Rest assured, everyone, the Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail War production crew hereby swear that no one's life will be in danger in the dream. Everyone can participate. and
Don't worry,
watch in
people
peace.
will not die if they are killed
All
in
right,
the
all
sweet
right.
dream.
Well, since it's you, Owlbird, I'll believe it for now. So, who's participating?
To start
Oh,
off, the
okay.
owner of the Radiant Feldspar, shareholder of Penacony's superstar, the Soul Glad festivity, our dear Trailblazer will be
Puggies.
participating.
Oh, so the Trailblazer will be taking part in another adventure.
That's right. In addition, Miss Robin will also
Robin.
be part of this war.
Well, as another Penaconian shareholder, the Interastral Peace Corporation's Strategic Investment Department sent me as their representative in the war.
Ah, yes.
Galaxy Ranger Boodle will also participate in this.
Real
Holy
Galaxy
Grail.
Ranger, not
Actually,
Acheron.
I was just wondering.
Imagine if
why
Acheron's
is a
actually in this
criminal
one.
wanted by the IPC participating in this?
Micah got an invitation too, but he has no time for this. I can't turn a blind eye when someone's in a tight spot, so helping out was the least I could do.
Looks like Mr. Boodle really has formed deep bonds with folks in Dreamflux Reef.
Well, apart from those we've mentioned, are there any other special participants
Three.
that we've been looking
Three.
forward to
There's
in this
3
Holy Grail War?
more. There's that
Of
Trailblazer,
course.
Boot Hill Adventuring.
Apart from local
and
Penaconian
Robin.
heroic spirits, 3 very well-known heroic spirits will also arrive by the Grail Summon and participate in this Holy Grail War. They are respectively
Saber.
Archer, and
Archer.
Lancer.
Lancer, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
He ain't gonna show Lancer? What the hell?
Trailblazer.
Now, see? This is how you attract attention. Now we're gonna get tons of views. That's why you pay big bucks to get the big names. As to what stories will unfold in
Ooh,
the
that looks
dreams
great.
in the Holy Grail War, and who will forge a contract
See?
with who. Trailblazers
The
will
archers are
have to
made up
find
of
out
archers.
in the
He has a
game.
bow.
Here's a
For
reminder
real.
that the Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration Trailblaze Continuance, Sweet Dreams, and the Holy Grail will officially start on July 11th. So keep an eye out for it. Now let's
I don't
learn more
remember
about
how long it
Saber
lasts. I
and
just know it's
Archer,
lasts
our two
for more
heroic
than one
spirits
patch.
From another world.
Oh, yes!
yeah.
Oh, okay. We
Saber's
get information
dress
on
seems a
Saber.
little different from usual now that she's arrived in Penacony.
Well, this is the planet of festivities after all. You gotta dress up for the occasion.
Exactly right. The King of Knights' new outfit was personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It retains her iconic blue and white colors.
And her iconic ahoge.
That's right. It retains the nobility of a king and also emphasizes utility for a warrior. The lines along her shoulders and her cloak are straightforward, while the design of her skirt is quite reminiscent of timeless British fashion. As for how she looks in the game, well...
Well. Oh. There you go. There it is. So,
Butter my fudge and call me a biscuit.
so how's her ult?
Excalibur
What's her
truly
ult
shows
like?
her strength
How are you
as a
charging the
champion.
ult?
Oh, talk
Surely it's
about
not energy,
fancy
right?
visuals.
And how come the King of Knights is always stuffing her face? Even in Penacony.
Oh, looks like Penaconian food is very much to her liking.
That's right. You can't fight
Food
on an
pog.
empty stomach. Now, let's see how the King of Knights performs in battle.
Saber is a wind character.
Oh, no, she has energy.
Saber will
Okay.
gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld, Saber will obtain combat buffs and also
Okay,
more
so she
core
has
resonances after entering battle.
core
When
resonance.
she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The
Okay.
King of Knights is cautious as ever in
Sure.
this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets. If
Okay,
Saber has
blast.
enough core resonance at that time,
Oh.
she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Oh. Okay, so she's energy.
In other words,
But she
you
gets
need to accumulate as much
core
core
resonance.
resonance as possible
Okay.
to increase the damage Saber deals.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate,
Ultimate.
Saber
I
obtains
told
core
you it's gonna be
resonance
something
and
based on ult.
increases her own damage.
There's
dealt.
other people's ult, but you know.
The King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high pressure.
Although what
air
happens
to
if you,
an form strike
if you
air.
got max
Barrier of the
energy,
Wind King,
let's say you're
dealing
like
a
almost
devastating
full,
blow
but you have
to
like
the
a lot
enemy.
of core
When using
resonance.
her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide
Oh.
Saber with a certain amount
Oh,
of
you Excalibur
core
and
resonance.
you enhance.
Also,
Okay.
during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate,
Okay.
Saber will
There you go.
immediately take action.
Okay, there's
So
the
you replenish
over
core resonance in as
overcap
many
part that I
ways
was
as
talking about.
possible.
Okay.
You can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's
So,
right.
more
Not
ults.
only does this sword
Keep
bear the
ulting.
King of Knights past, present, and future, but it also represents the noble ideal that was held in the hearts of the countless soldiers who once followed her in battle. Whew. All right,
Okay.
that concludes Saber's introduction.
Now for
we'll
Archer.
Move on to our next otherworldly heroic spirit, Archer.
Well, he is
Oh,
free.
seems like Archer cares about this Holy Grail War very much. He put on a new outfit, too.
He even changed where his accessories go. Those decorations he had on his chest are now on his shoulders.
What sharp eyes you've got, dear guest. Archer's new outfit was also personally designed by Mr. Takashi Takeuchi. It has the
Again,
classic
hopefully you
red
guys aren't
black logo,
hearing
the sharp contrast,
things
reminiscent
happening in the
of a
background
blazing
for my mic.
fire in the deep night, imbued with a
Because
dangerous
they're
allure.
doing
The
loud
combination
noises.
of the long trench
They
coat
just,
with skin-tight
finished the
combat
microwave.
gear emphasizes his lean figure and is the perfect fusion of attractiveness and strength.
You got that right. Director, show us the game footage already.
Alright, here's time. Oh! Bat. I'll wait for unlimited blade works. Or is that his old? Oh! There you go. There it is. Alright, he wants
So that's
all the
unlimited
skill
blade
points.
Oh, quite impressive indeed. After all, Archer is a seasoned veteran
Unlimited
of war.
coin works.
I am the bone of my sword. That sentence sure brings back a lot of memories.
I agree.
Well then, let's take a look at Archer's combat performance in detail.
Okay, Archer is a quantum character following the path of the hunt. When he uses his basic attack, Archer can deal damage to one designated enemy.
An archer in
AKA.
close combat.
You don't do
That's
it.
pretty gutsy, I'll give him that.
That's right. But Archer hasn't exactly slacked off on his marksmanship training since coming to Penacony. When using his skill, Archer will consume 2 skill points to enter the circuit connection
Ooh.
state, dealing damage to one designated enemy.
He
While
uses
in
2
the
skill
circuit connection
points.
state, Archer's turn will not end after he uses
Oh.
his skill, and he can continue to use his skill until
Oh.
he runs out of skill points.
Oh.
Heads up. The more
Oh, yeah,
times
he
you
likes
use
all those
skill
skill
consecutively,
points.
The more damage Archer deals to enemies.
That's why
After all,
Sparkle is free
everyone
running, chat.
knows that a dual-wielding fighter who
And let me
can't
guess,
use a noble fan
unlimited blade
like an
verses give
archer
more skill points so that he can
is
shoot more.
ultimate. Archer will recite the classic chant to activate unlimited blade wax, dealing damage to one enemy.
Apart from damaging the enemy, Archer's ultimate also grants him special charge. After any
Oh,
of his teammates'
spell
attacks,
charge.
Archer will consume special charge to use a follow-up attack against the enemy targets, while also
Okay.
recovering 1 skill point for the team.
And skill
In that
point. Okay, yep.
case, There's no need to worry about running out of skill points again.
He just couldn't help himself and had to use his favorite
There you
twin
go.
blade.
You want all
When
the
he
skill
uses his
points.
technique to enter battle,
Very
Archer will
SP
deal
hungry, I
damage
told you,
to all
chat.
enemies and obtain special charge.
And that's a wrap on Archer's introduction. Now, I have big news for everyone. From when the collab event
Okay,
starts,
we
Archer's
we already aware of
until
this,
the end of version 3.6,
but you
trailblazers
know,
can log
for
into
anyone
the game
who
to claim the
came
limited
here not
five-star
knowing
collab
this,
character,
congratulations.
Archer for
Yes,
free.
Archer is free.
Awesome!
I'm not allowed to
Under
use
Archer
him
protection, every
because
adventure
I'm
that
a
the
wife only
Trailblazers
account,
embark
so
on
this
will leave open to
doesn't really help me in
clouds of
particular, but you
saga
know.
sung throughout the cosmos. We also hope that your encounter, or for some of you, a reunion, with the servants across this vast universe will bring you all wonderful memories in the days to come.
Oh, yeah. How about that? The free new limited 5-star character mentioned during the anniversary celebration is finally here as promised.
Actually, there's even more!
Oh.
Later this year, Trailblazers will get another brand new limited 5-star character totally for free.
Oh wait, no, they said
Awesome.
they
But
yeah
let's keep our eyes
yeah
on
they
the
no
present
they did say
I'm
that
not quite
actually.
done yet. Besides claiming Archer for free, Trailblazers can also directly obtain a set amount of character enhancement materials for Archer.
Wow,
Oh,
how thoughtful.
Okay.
Yeah, this version's got a lot of characters.
Ooh,
to
I
level
can
up
upgrade
after.
Archer guys.
Let's check out the banner
I'm
details.
keeping all the
Once
guys at
collab starts on
level
July 11th,
3K
Trailblazers can
1
use Star
7.
Rail special passes in the character collaboration warps Excalibur Excelsior and the Bone of My Sword to obtain the limited 5-star characters
For a
Saber and
long
Archer
time
respectively.
after its
In the
launch.
Whitecone collaboration war,
Oh, that is a badass light cone. I know, that is so good.
And the limited 5-star light cone, the hell where I
That
chills
looks
burn from
badass.
red radiance of
I
Fuji.
love it.
In addition, pity counts are shared between the character collaboration warp banners and also separately shared between the light cone collaboration banners. But neither carries over to other types of warps.
Okay.
It's worth mentioning here that the character and light cone collab banners will stay open long term after the event starts.
Does long term mean
So,
even after versions
if there's another
3.4 or
collab, it
3.6 wrap
pity
up,
carries
you can
over.
still pull Saber
But if
Archer and the
there's,
limited
if it's
5-star
like for like just
icons.
regular limited, then it doesn't
Exactly.
count.
These collab
Okay.
banners will run across
I'm
both
so glad I'm
versions
not
with
pulling.
no fixed end date yet.
I'm so glad I'm not pulling.
And here's
If I
one
really
last
want
piece
Saber,
of
maybe I'll
for you
pull
all.
her. But
Throughout
for
the
now,
entire duration of version 3.4,
Wait, what?
using Star Rail special passes for your warps will bring
any
some
warp
special
event in
limited time
3.4
discounts.
spend
After the collab
200.
event starts, when
Oh.
travelers spend a designated number of Star Rail special passes, they can directly obtain the
Oh.
limited 5-star light cone. The
Hey
hell
guys, did
where
you know that
ideals
I'm
burn.
not gonna freaking
Throughout all
pull?
of version 3.4?
I
In
don't know
other
what this
words,
light code
after the
does.
3.4 update and before the collab event starts,
But basically,
any Star Rail special passes used in the banners for Finan or other rerun characters will still count toward the total, right?
I'm screwed.
Yep, that's correct.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah!
And now, as the collab kicks off, the voice actors for Saber and Archer have some things they'd like to say to all of us.
Nope.
Let's take a quick break.
Oh, the VAs.
And we'll be back to hear their special messages.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。セーバー役の
Oh,
ガラス
wait.
メヤコです。
Uh,
今回スターレールとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催ということで、私もとてもワクワクしています。
and it's
この
not
2つの作
capitalized.
品にはどこか似ているものがあるなと感じました。
7 CBA
剣を手に運命と立
CLBGF.
ち向かうセーバ
Okay.
ーの姿は厳しい冒険の中でも前へと進み
I don't know what
続
she
ける
said
開
in
拓者の
chat.
姿と似ているのではない
gomenasorry.
かなと思いました
I'm not reading.
収録中は
Okay,
フェ
there
イ
you
ト
go.
とスターレールの世界観が混ざり合い新たな魅力が生まれていくのを感じました、あまり
Okay.
多くは話せないのですがセーバーがスターレール
Redeeming
の
the
世界
code
で
for
どのよう
myself.
に信念と理想を貫いていくのかぜひお楽しみください。このコラボがたくさんの皆さんに楽しんでいただけたら嬉しいです。
There's all
星
three
々と
codes
聖杯が交わる旅の中で
pinned in the
あなた
chat
だ
for
けの
you
熱い思
all.
いとロマンに出会えますように。それでは最後に開拓者よ、あなたが私のマスターか。
Oh, the line.
これからマスターになる開拓者の皆さん、こんばんは。フェイトステイナイトでアーチャーを担当しております声優の諏訪部純一です。崩壊スターレイルとフェイトステイナイトアンリミテッドブレードワークスのコラボが間もなく開催となります。赤い九兵はあまたの世界を旅してきましたが、ピノコニで繰り広げられる聖杯戦争は彼にとってこれまでとは全く違うものになるのではないでしょうか。崩壊スターレイルの世界でアーチャーが戦う姿が見られるのが本当に楽しみです。おなじみのキャラクターたちが未知の銀河で自分をどのように再定義していくのか、その行方をぜひ見届けてください。収録の際にアーチャーの戦闘シーン見せていただいたんですが
Nice.
アンリミテッドブレードワークスの演出がとってもかっこよかったです。いや、気に入りました。素晴らしかったです。今回のコラボ企画の中でもアーチャーのかっこよさ存分にお楽しみいただけると思いますので、絶対にプレイしてくださいね。これはまたとんでもないマスターに引き当てられたものだ。
Nice.
All right. Big thanks to our voice actors.
I have a feeling that is gonna be the end of this stream though.
With the
Pepe
Honkai
hands.
Star Rail and Face Day Night Unlimited Blade Works collab about to launch, we want to take this opportunity on the program to sincerely thank all our
Let me
partners.
make sure.
in this
Where's
collaboration.
my mouse is
We
on the
would
red
like to
side.
express our
Oh,
sincere
okay.
gratitude to Mr. Kinoko Nasu and Mr. Takashi Takeuchi for their unwavering support from the earliest planning stages to the final implementation.
Thank
Thank
you.
you to the Animation Production Committee and everyone else involved for all their hard work on this collab.
Y'all are much appreciated.
Honestly, it's only with this kind of dedication that we can bring you all the ultimate joy!
In order to showcase the Holy Grail War from multiple angles
Oh.
and levels, the organizers say that they've also prepared another combat-filled program, Fate's Stay Night. It was a night with no wind and no moon.
What is this?
Under the cool breeze of Pinnacle.
Or is this just the event?
Met the
I don't know what those two
two
mats are on the
He
right.
stepped forward, raising his spear and uttered that iconic line.
The goddess of beauty is the most peerless beauty of them all.
Oh, so it's that red-haired Lancer.
You got it. After the sweet dreams in the Holy Grail War tournament, the
Grail War
genius
Genji.
Skrullum made some modifications.
Kafka.
Now, the Grail can load the simulated data of past
Acheron.
riders through the user's memories. So in Fate Stay Night,
How the
Trailblazers will
frick
face off
did
against many familiar
Yenshin
and
win
old
versus
friends.
freaking
It takes
Acheron?
one V1,
What is this
V1,
blasphemy?
V1 battles. Each contestant starts with unique skills and a set amount of health. Losing a round means losing health. And when your health hits 0, you're out.
Is there a smart way to beat your opponents?
At the start of the game, Trailblazers get some free pieces, each with different classes that grant different buffs. You can merge identical pieces to upgrade them. The higher the piece's rarity, the stronger the buff. Pieces of the same class have bonds between them too. Collect enough pieces of the same class, and you activate special bond effects that give you a serious boost in battle.
Looks like bonds are super important in this Holy Grail War, huh?
Absolutely. And that's not all. Trailblazers can also acquire noble phantasms during battle for extra help. Plus, during combat, Trailblazers can have the chance to get 3 command spells. Using these spells grants additional buffs.
Command spells, huh? Well, I'm curious. What role is the Trailblazer playing this time?
It's player.
This Grail feels kind of off. Forking hell. Could it be corrupted?
You right on the money. Trailblazers can increase the Holy Grail's corruption level to unlock extra buff mechanics. The higher the corruption level, the more points you earn when you win. Heads up, raising corruption level also powers up your enemies. So watch your step, Trailblazers.
Oh, but don't worry too much.
Corruption.
After all, this is a reality show competition, and just for entertainment. The organizers of Fate Stay Night have also prepared a special Protected Mode competition. In Protected Mode, Trailblazers can fight using trial characters, and enemy strength is toned down.
Ah, this way, new Trailblazers can jump in and fully enjoy the Holy Grail War experience.
Exactly. The production team cordially invites everyone watching to stay the night. Experience some epic battle action.
And score yourself some stellar jades and other awesome rewards.
Now, just a quick reminder, this Honkai Star Rail and Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works collaboration is split into 2 parts. The Trailblazer Continuance, Sweet Dreams and the Holy Grail, and the event, Fate Stay Night. The Fate Stay Night event will open for play on July 11th. The 2 programs stand on their own, so Trailblazers can dive into each separately.
Awesome!
Oh,
So much
yes.
content!
Okay.
All right. Big thanks again to our 2 guests. That wraps up today's Fate Collab Update.
Presenter, your mission is complete.
It's all part of the job.
I
Anything
will
for the
say
Trailblazers?
technically, yeah, I did say in the
Trailblazers,
notes
my
that I
father's
wanted
masters.
more events, but
Let's
I
meet
mean,
again in version 3.4.
technically this is
See you
just a
there.
completely
hope you'll
different
stay
thing,
tonight.
so this makes
See you
sense.
next
I'll make
time,
it slap.
guys.
See you next time.
Bye.
Analysis time, chat. This is my favorite time. Let's talk about what's happening here. Okay, I actually kind of want to look at this part. Okay, I want to look at the trailer because this part was interesting. Okay. Wait, actually, wait, hold on. I want to see that part again. I want to. Oh, hello, ma'am. Anyway, okay, I didn't really see too much there. Okay, so this is just that. This is a Grail War. We have Saber. She said the line. Oh, okay, then we have Archer. I saw Lancer earlier as well. Hey. And then we have. Okay, well, other than Lygus. Goodbye, Lygus. And then we see that basically is fine. I assume this is basically fine. They have Lancer. Although I want to see Rob. What Rob is doing. Like, kind of hard to tell. Like, wait. Oh, oops. Tell there. Oh. I feel like in hold on. I feel like in this part, this is probably the part where they're combining into one, and that's how Final gets his powers. I think what's gonna happen in the story, this part is gonna actually happen really early on. Or like in the middle. And then we'll see this is like the middle part where we see the world ending. Okay. Wait. Where's the find on part? Or is this just the okay, there it is. Okay, skip.
Please.
It was.
Seems strange to set him up for success by making the Council of Elders the focus of criticism.
Okay.
Now let's take a look at how Fighting performs in battle.
You got it.
Okay.
I'll first show up in the familiar form everyone knows. When using my
His basic attacks, whatever.
I'll deal damage to one designated enemy and adjacent targets. The use
Okay,
of
so
my
he gets 2 core flames.
skill also grants me core flames. Once I've collected enough of them, I can activate my ultimate.
Wait, so core flames only come from using your skill?
Not at all. Fighting can also gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability.
Okay, so if you have people that are fast and can buff you. Wait.
Gain core flames when he's selected as a target by a teammate or
So when he's selected as a target by
enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, selected as a target by a teammate or enemy ability.
A teammate or enemy ability. So I just want to note the enemy ability part, which means if someone attacks him, he gets core flames. Okay, so he's kind of like counterattack / I want buffs and stuff, right? And he doesn't. Wait, how many did he get? He's just 1, right?
If the target of a teammate's ability, find a target by a teammate.
Yeah, just 1.
Or enemy ability. If he is the target of a teammate's ability, Fighting will deal even more damage.
And he does more damage.
When I use my ultimate, I'll create a territory and transform.
After transforming, Finan powers up massively. Team
This part I'm curious about. So he makes his territory and he does the going solo part, right? What does this mean for action value? Does the action value bar, like for let's say like MOC or Apoc Shadow, right? Does it pause the thing? Does it pause the timer? What does it do? Because I'm confused on that part. Because I don't think they specified here. Because if it pauses the timer, then holy Final is gonna be freaking insane. But if not, then it's like, okay, you just counterattack. You just do a lot of counterattacks. You hit, and all that fun jazz. And you just use your one of those abilities to let them counterattack, or let Final counterattack.
While he faces the enemy head on with newfound strength.
All alone? That sounds way too risky.
No worries. All the talents and buffs from Finan's teammates still stay active to provide him with much needed support.
Okay, so it stays.
After using the
Okay.
core flames to transform, I have access to the powers of 3 kinds of titans: Creation, Calamity, and Foundation, each with a brand new ability.
Care to elaborate on that?
Creation,
Tapping
Calamity,
into the
and
power of the
Foundation.
Creation Titans, I can deal damage to
Isn't there
one
4
designated
types? Or am I misremembering? Wait. Wait. HSR and Furious Titans. Wait. Oh no, yeah, there's Fate. Yeah, there's Fate. Fate, Foundation, Creation, and Calamity. So Final doesn't have Fate, but we do. Because we have Orynyx.
enemy and adjacent targets. Calling upon the power of the Calamity Titans, I'll enter a special state called Soul Scorch. In this state, I'll force all enemies to immediately take action, during which I receive reduced damage, and each hit I take builds up the Soul Scorch stack. Once all enemies have taken action, I retaliate, dealing damage to all enemies and then unleashing multiple instances of damage on one random enemy.
Heads up. The more Soul Scorch stacks he's got, the
That's a
stronger that
bounce
counterattack
counter.
hits.
Using these 2 abilities also grants me an exclusive charge called Scourge, which fuels my 3rd ability. With the power of the Foundation Titans, I dispel all debuffs on myself, then use Scourge Charge to deal bounce damage. If I've maxed out the consumable Scourge Charge, I also slam all enemies with extra damage.
Once all his actions have been used up, Finan will unleash one final blow, hitting all enemies before removing the territory. Finan's technique is pretty
I do
unique, too.
notice that
Upon
he
casting it, Finan instantly
comes back
strikes
to
all enemies in a
6
certain radius. If they're normal enemies,
6
they're
core
immediately
flames.
wiped out without
I assume you
even
need
triggering
12
a
to
blast.
12 to
All enemies?
to ult.
That's nuts.
Of
So, huh.
course, power comes with
Or maybe
cost.
there's
This
a way to
technique
store
consumes
it.
2 technique points.
If the technique misses, it won't cost any points. Plus, when Finan's in the team, the technique point cap goes up by 3.
Wait. Let me hear that again. So yeah, it is a Final thing specifically, but let me hear that again.
Plus, when Finan's in the team, the technique point cap
Okay. When Finance in the team. Not when Finan is pulled, right? I just wanna I need this to be elaborated. Fine when Finan is specifically in your team. Right? The team. Right? The team. Not when Castorus is out of pocket or whatever. Or like outside when he's in the team. Okay, please. I don't want the global passive stuff to freaking be freaking yapped about again because no one likes that. Everyone hated that. Okay. Well, I don't want. Okay, either everyone hated it or they were indifferent about it. Anyway,
Goes up by 3.
I do hear it says team, so I believe it should be fine. Fine on, but yeah.
When I use my technique to enter combat, I'll also regenerate energy for my teammates.
Oh, he regens energy for his team when he starts a fight.
In
Okay.
addition, at the start of each wave, I'll deal damage to all enemies and gain Scourge.
Oh,
Okay.
I
And he'll
see.
gain Scourge.
All right. Now that we've wrapped up
Interesting.
Finance combat abilities, it's time to bring you some
Okay. And then the
updates on
buffs.
a few familiar faces. In
Plus, what's changed? It's AoE.
first, the defense of all enemies instead of just one.
Okay, so
Also,
Silver
AoE
Wolf's all
pressing buttons.
AoE.
Exactly. Meanwhile, she'll prioritize adding a weakness that matches the type of the first character in your lineup.
So she prios whoever the weakness for whoever's number 1. Okay.
On top of that, Silver Wolf will generate extra energy at the start of combat and the beginning of each turn.
Okay. So she has more energy to ult. Her ult is now AoE, and her skill's weakness type is controlled based on who's the first in line.
Oh, that makes it a lot easier to apply the weakness we actually want.
Next up, Kafka.
I will say Kafka's the most interesting one because I'm gonna be real with I think it fundamentally changes Kafka in terms of like what you want to build for her. So now, before she actually does a pretty decent amount of damage with her own dot, right? But now, you want to use Kafka specifically to detonate dots because you get a lot of follow-up attacks. You get you can specifically build her to maybe potentially 2-turn ult with tutorial light cone because you're probably pairing her up with Swan because she does defense shred, right? So freaking holy frick.
After the buffs, Kafka's skill will trigger more DOT on enemies. And whenever a teammate hits an enemy target with any kind of attack, Kafka will launch a follow-up attack. After unlocking certain traces, the follow-up attack can also trigger extra DOT on the enemy. And using her ultimate recovers the number of times the follow-up attack can be triggered.
So basically,
So yeah. If you ult more often, you get more charges. And I assume she gets a charge at the start of her turn as per the norm as well. So you want her to be fast. You want her to ult often. So what does she want, chat? She wants Eagle Set. She wants energy. So that means she wants the... Okay, we don't know what the other planners are. I assume the second one of the second planner, which is the water planner, that might be okay for Kafka. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it'll give energy. Maybe it'll also be for Dot. Who knows? Because usually they do that like for like a patch before like the new characters who need him. So like it's good for farming the people who need him later on. So like for example, one of the sets, the was it Wave Stride Captain or whatever it's called. I didn't know who that was for, but now we know it's for Finon. So because he wants to be buffed.
Kafka's got more frequent follow-up attacks, better efficiency applying debuffs, and an overall boost to DOT output.
Honestly, wait. I'm gonna say right now, this could be potentially the return of Doc. Okay, hear me out. Because with Black Swan and Kafka, you want to be fast still, right? Well, okay, especially with Kafka. Kafka will trigger DOT. She'll trigger dot with her follow-up attack. So if anyone does anything, that or any like attack, she'll do a follow-up, right? Kafka does her turn. She does her skill, which will generally trigger the dot. So that's one time. Okay, so okay, let me cook a doc run. Okay, let's start with Kafka again. Kafka does her skill, right? That's one. Someone else does their attack. Well, we'll say Black Swan, for example, or skill. Kafka does a follow up. Okay, Black Swan does her dot, so that's another one. Kafka follows up. That's number 3. Then let's say Acheron does her skill. 4. Kafka follow ups. Number 5. Then let's say Kafka goes again. Number 6. Then she ults. 7. Then Black Swan goes 8. Then Kafka follows up. Freaking follows up 9. It's ridiculous. Dot Karan potentially could be back, baby. That's all I'm gonna say. But honestly, if I had Catgirl, if I had Catgirl's light cone. Actually, no. Catgirl already has whatchamacallit. She has that light cone. She has a sweat light cone. I gave her sweat light cone. So so Kafka can still do some defense down stuff. So I could do Nihility Mommy's chat. And then if Hysolence ends up being like a support heal for some reason, like if Hysolence somehow heals and does like support as well, like that could literally be Nihility Mommies, like for real. for real. Okay, Acheron, Kafka, Black Swan, Hysolence, Nihility Mommies. Let me cope. I want my Nihility Mommies chat. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And now for Blade.
Okay, Blade.
After the update, he will deal damage to enemies based on his max HP.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's not new. Okay, well actually no, he does have a little bit of scaling on attack, but only a little bit. Okay, that's why you had to clarify, right? Let me make sure. Blade combat, because he does have a little bit of scaling on attack, just a very little bit at the moment. Okay, no, his basic. Yeah. Okay, his basic at the moment scales off attack. His enhanced basic scales a little bit based off attack. And yeah, his ultimate also, yeah, okay, yeah. So they're completely removing his attack scaling entirely and buffing his HP scaling, because who the frick builds attack on Blade?
When Blade enters the Hellscape state, he's more likely to be attacked, and his follow-up attacks will regenerate extra energy.
Okay, yeah. I mean, you're always gonna want to do that, so yeah. You get taunt value, so you get hit more often. Although RNG can still screw you over, but you know, you're still more likely to get hit with Blade. And you get more energy when you actually do the thing. Okay.
Sounds like Blade can trigger more follow-ups and use his ultimate more often, meaning his total damage output's gonna spike.
Good observation. A change will happen to Jing Liu as well. Now she'll deal
Okay.
damage to enemies based on her max HP.
This is the part that I'm like, huh. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, kind of makes sense, because she doesn't have like the tanky-ish capabilities like Clara. Because Clara scales off attack, but she has damage reduction in her kit. Jing Liu it's just a DPS. So I guess like it does make her more tanky and more in line with destruction units because she scales off HP, and so she's innately tanky by having more HP. But it does leave a sour taste just because of the fact that it does mean we have to change relics. But the thing is, so we have to do the same thing with Kafka. Like Blade, pretty much like you don't need to do any build changes for the most part, unless they suddenly are like, oh hey, here's new relics and stuff that actually work better with Blade. For
Each
Jing
time a
Liu,
teammate
you have to, yeah, you're still going crit. Obviously, I think Scholar's still better at the moment, but your boots and your rope are changing. You're not going attack percent. You're going HP percent.
loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage after she enters the spectral transmigration state.
Okay,
Based
I'm
on
confused.
her
Okay.
max HP. Each time a teammate loses HP, Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage.
Wait.
Time a teammate loses HP,
Every time a teammate loses HP,
Jing Liu stacks extra crit damage
she stacks and gets more crit damage.
after she enters the spectral transmigration state. She'll also gain a stack of systems.
And then she'll get another stat. Okay, which again lets her have be in sicko mode more often, which I said I wanted.
That means the spectral transmigration state lasts longer, and her overall damage output climbs even higher accordingly.
Our old friends sure are getting some solid upgrades. But with all these ability reworks, won't their eidolons be affected?
Oh, don't worry, Professor Anaxa.
Man. An enemy, it's just reduce the effect res, increase their damage taken by 20%, and the enemy target receive attack from ally target several has mobility and planet with one random bug. Wait. I mean, obviously damage increased vuln is already pretty nice. Wait. When enemy target receive attack with as a basis. Wait. Does this make wait? Does this make Silver Wolf better than Chucho? Does E2 Silver Wolf make her better than Chucho? Just realized. Wait a minute. Like with E2 Silver Wolf, if you have an E0 Acheron, it makes her automatically basically do a 2. You get 2 charges. With anyone else, it's basically giving someone freaking like a debuff. It's kind of like Ting Yun. Holy frick.
Some of our old friends' eidolons will be tweaked to better match the revamped kits.
Okay, ability to change the deal damage with max HP. Get reduced crit damage against this. Wait. When a teammate's HP she gains syzygy. That's what I was wondering. Like I saw her randomly get her charge after people get hit. Like I assume there's like a value in particular, right? Because you can get syzygy. Like the thing with Jing Liu's sicko mode is when you use your skill, you also drain health, which technically reduces teammates' HP. Does that mean she gets syzygy when she just uses her? I'm confused. I'm confused. After any tournament makes max syzygy increases in Dishigate and stack of syzygy. Yeah.
Sure,
That makes sense.
stays in sync.
Okay, skill does on all attack targets. Okay. So before it was only on the main target. Now it's all the targets. So full blast, okay. Fallout's trigger count increases, so probably like 3 or something, because there's 3 other teammates. And then follow-up cause dots on the enemy to trigger. It increases. Is that a misspelling I see? Did that say increase ALEs? Did I say increase ALEs? Minor spelling mistake. Okay. Anyway, increase allies attack. I assume that's just a passive thing. I don't know.
But what if someone wants to stick with their
Capability to change do damage based on HP, so he doesn't scale off attack anymore. For whatever. Talent's fall attack addition generates energy after using skill. Increases you target probability. Okay. Like I said, the thing with Blade is it's just his numbers are booty. It's mostly his numbers and maybe his energy. And actually triggering his follow-up attack. That was his main issue, right?
previous version of their abilities?
That won't be a problem. You can switch between our friends' ability modes freely. So choose whichever version you like best.
Okay. Silverwolf. You're gonna swap with Silverwolf. Like, there's no point in not swapping unless you want to nerf yourself. Same thing with Blade. Kafka, if you really want to do personal damage with Kafka, I suppose. But at this point in time, you just want to build Kafka to be you just want to build Kafka to actually do stuff. Like do a lot of actions and do everything basically. So you don't need to you should upgrade Kafka. But I could see someone being like, I don't want to. But honestly, it's probably better because she's a dot enabler. She's not the DPS. As much as I like Kafka doing tons of damage, she's just enabling. She's enabling. She's not the damage dealer. And then with Jinglu, I guess that's Jinglu is the one I can understand the most because she scales off attack. Right now, as of right now, she scales off attack, but now she's gonna scale off health, and some people are not prepared for that change. Like I'm not prepared for that change. I need to freaking get Scholar and freaking get HP boots now. Because I think my boots on Jinglu are actually really good. So, and the fact that it's really good is kind of and the rope though, I think the rope I have on Jinglu is pretty bad. So I that's fine. I'm okay with that one. But the freaking boots, ooh, that's gonna hurt a little bit.
For more details, be sure to keep an eye out for our
Okay, then we got the Firefly skin.
Ooh, let's take a look at the video clip first.
All right, Copia. I told you they were gonna make skins. Finally, paid skins. I'm not gonna pay myself because I don't really care about paid skins, but hey, they're here. Finally, precedence. I mean, the March skin was already precedence, but paid precedence, chat. Paid precedence. Also, hip hat. I do like that Sam also changes too.
Firefly looks more youthful than ever.
Okay. I don't know what this light cone does. And I hope it helps Aglaya. Because I don't want her using freaking 3-star light cone. And before it's not even good for freaking Aglaya. Please. I need this to be good for Aglaya. Please. Okay, it's also a good thing to note. I will probably pull standard. Although the thing is that man, the issue is I really wanted these light cones. I wanted more freaking MOC light cones, man. But oh well, it is what it is. Pepe hands. He's probably gonna be like actually good this time because they're battle pass like codes. The remembrance one is because the previous battle pass ones were kind of like, oh, it's optional. It's not that necessary. But these ones, I feel like they're gonna step up their game. They're actually gonna be useful, and I'm gonna feel sad because I can't get these.
In version 3.4.
I see quite a few familiar faces on the light cones.
Okay,
Or a few
so
mini
then we have
versions of Chrysos heirs.
Origami Bird Clash
Looks
again.
like Finon really does enjoy spending his
Then we
days in
have
the
Planner
wheat fields.
Fisher,
Nature's
or not Planner
madness.
Fisher,
My
the
seat
Planner
collapsed.
Ornaments. Okay, I assume Arcadia is gonna be good for Saradra. Revelry by the Sea is gonna be good for Hycelands, and Dot. That's my assumption. So Arcadia is gonna be like probably good like Bronya, Sunday, because I assume Saradra is gonna basically be an action advancer just because of the fact that her Divergent Universe buffs are based off action advance. So I assume this is gonna be this set is gonna be pretty premium. Like this first set is gonna be like very attractive, and then the second set is like for Dot. And this is still looks cute there. I'm gonna leave her in there, and then this is a Fate stuff. Which I think with Saber is basically you want your allies to use ult, right?
Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses her technique in the overworld.
Let me make sure.
Saber
Okay.
is a wind character following the path of destruction. Saber will gain a certain amount of core resonance when she enters battle. If she uses
Don't know,
her
she is
technique in the
destruction.
overworld, Saber will obtain combat
I don't know if
buffs
she
and
scales
also
off of
more core
HP
resonances after
or
entering
not,
battle.
but
When she uses her basic attack, she can deal damage to a single enemy.
The King of Knights
Okay.
is cautious as ever in this new world. I see she's still hiding her weapon's appearance and true name.
When she uses her skill, Saber will deal damage to one designated enemy and its adjacent targets.
Okay,
If
blast.
Saber has enough core resonance at that time, she'll consume core resonance to regenerate massive amounts of energy for herself and increase her skill's damage.
Ah. In other words, you need to accumulate as much core resonance as possible to increase the damage Saber deals.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Are there any other ways to obtain core resonance?
Yes, there are. Whenever any ally uses their ultimate, Saber obtains core resonance and increases her own damage dealt.
Behold, the King of Knights has dispelled invisible air, barrier of the Wind King around her sword, releasing high-pressure air in the blink of an eye to form Striker,
Alright.
Hammer of the Wind King, dealing a devastating blow to the enemy. When using her ultimate, Saber will deal damage to all enemies and turn her basic attack into enhanced basic attack. Her enhanced basic attack can damage all enemies and provide Saber with a certain amount of core resonance. Also, during battle, if the sum of Saber's energy and the energy she can regenerate via consuming core resonance
Okay.
exceeds the amount of energy she needs to use her ultimate, Saber will immediately take action.
Ah. So if you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible, you can use Excalibur more frequently.
That's right. Not only
So what would so let me look at the team comp that they use. So Tribi, Sunday, Hoho. Obviously Sunday Hoho because they both generate energy. And I assume because of the core resonance mechanic, she has a big energy cost. Because freaking they know what they're doing.
Ah.
So I don't know what the enough resonance cores is. So I don't know what the number is exactly. But hopefully, okay, in terms of like a team for Saber, I don't got any of these people. So yeah, definitely just because of this team comp alone, just that the devs are suggesting, I think I'm actually am skipping Saber because I'm not pulling for any of these characters. Might pull for Ho-Ho at that's the very most I might pull Ho-Ho, but she's not coming for a while, so I don't know, man. I don't know.
If you replenish core resonance in as many ways as possible,
And then with Archer, his is pretty simple. You shoot, you shoot, and you shoot, and you shoot, and you shoot. And unlimited blade works. Then you shoot, and then you shoot, and then you shoot, and then you get skill points, and then you shoot, and you shoot, and you shoot, and you get skill points, and you ult, and then you skill, and then you shoot, and you shoot, and you shoot. So that Archer is pretty simple. Like I don't even need to go over him. Also, they freaking really want you to pull. Also, it's specifically the special passes. So it has to be the golden ticket. Can't be standard. Which is frick me, man. Ugh. Cause I don't really care for pulling any of the characters. I'm gonna be real with you, chat. Like, I don't need Saber. I don't want Saber. Cause if I use limited, then like who am I getting? Who actually no. Okay. So let me go back to here. Okay. Finan. I can't use him. I'm not allowed to use Finan.
At the same time.
Tribby. Council does not approve of Tribby. Can't use Sunday.
And
Freaking Sparkle. Pull for a Sparkle? I mean, I don't know her. What's Sparkle's Eidolons? What's freaking Sparkle's Eidolons? The thing is, I don't want to pull for Sparkle. Okay, Eidolons. Cipher effect from ult last extra turn. All allies with Cipher have their attack increased by 40%. It is somehow you get E2. Every stack of talent allows allies to additionally ignore 8% of defense. Wait. 8% per stack? Let's get 3 stacks. Holy frick. What? Okay. The only person that I would probably consider pulling would be Firefly. The only person I would consider would be Firefly and Jinglu. Firefly, because her E1 lets her use her skill, enhanced skill, for no skill points. That's really good for me. Oh, also ignore defense. There's also E2, which on complete capacity using enhanced basic of enhanced skill to defeat enemy target at break weakness allows sanity. Oh. If you break, you get an extra turn. Yeah. Obviously it doesn't trigger multiple times, only just one time per turn, so yeah. But that's huge. What about Jinglu? I know she's getting buffed and stuff, so it doesn't really, all the stuff that I'm gonna see here is probably not gonna be relevant. But when using her ult or enhanced skill, crit damage increased by 24%. If only one enemy target's attack, target will additionally be dealt ice damage equal to her attack, which is gonna change to her HP. After using ult, increased damage of next enhanced skill by 80%. Her items are not that amazing, if I'm gonna be real with you. So yeah, I like, if I really wanted, I would pull Firefly. But the thing is, depends on how good that light cone is. Like, do I really need that light cone? And the thing is, I don't know. Like, okay, I actually did a few pulls off stream. Okay, I mean, I mean, Mina pulled from my account off stream as well, but for Catgirl and Aglaia, so I had, and it was 16 pity. After that, I should have saved. I should have saved. I did 30 more pulls. for Iglaya, hoping to get E1. But I should have saved. Hindsight, I should have freaking saved, because if I could have used that to get to the 200 for freaking the Archer light cone, that would have been huge. That would have been huge for me. Because okay, let me look at the thing again. Oh no, you get his light code specifically. So an Archer specific light code would probably be something along the lines of like getting crit or more damage percent, and then using more skill points and acting again, getting more benefits off of acting again, and using skill points. So that might help my Sela, actually. Or maybe Fei Xiao, because she also she doesn't really whatchamacallit, she doesn't really like act again. She just follows up a lot. But wait, speaking of Fei Xiao, wait. I'm thinking of freaking Doc Karan again, chat. Because if you follow up, okay, because with all the attacks and the follow up with Kafka, because she attacks and then she follows up, and if anyone does anything, she follows up. Wait, wait. Freaking Kafka's gonna be an interesting character now. That's all I'm gonna say. I think for me, I'm just eating good because of Kafka. Really, like I think that's my personal like thing that I really wanted. So I guess other than the Firefly skin, but even then, like I don't benefit from that. So it's a good precedent. Yeah, I think skins are great, but again, I don't pay for skins. So yeah, and then this is just analysis on all that stuff. Yeah, honestly, it is a good patch. I mean, it's mostly the collab and the reworks and stuff. So honestly, I can understand why there's like not as many like events, because the main event is the fake collab. So fake collab, right? The only like actual event that we got like that isn't the fake collab is Origami Bird Clash. And they did say there's like technically 2 events in the Fate collab, so technically that's 3 events. It's just 3 events. It's Trailblaze Continuance, but it's 3 events. Like you got the story and you got the Trailblaze Continuance at the same time. So yeah. Okay, in that case, are my checkboxes satisfied? Yes. 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 I don't know about Blade. I basically just said just make him stronger, which, yeah, I guess. Yes. Finon's playstyle being something okay, you know what? Okay, with Finon, I'm gonna be real, it doesn't feel revolutionary. I feel like it's counterattack with extra steps. Plus, but he also is fine with action advance so that he can actually do stuff. Okay, so he's not exactly okay, he's counterattack when he's doing his ult. But otherwise he likes doing things. So he's like a counterattacker that likes action advance. Which is interesting, I guess. But I don't think it's revolutionary in my personal opinion. So I'll say, yeah. Archer's playstyle overall have a lot of SP. Yeah. Yeah. He shoot. He ults. He shoots. Sparkle. He shoots. Saber being all about her ult. Yeah. She does have a unique ult charge mechanic, but okay, she has a way to charge her ult that is kind of unique, but other than that, she still has energy, so half right. Skins Pog, you know, there you go. Hopefully 3.5 star. We haven't gotten any presses on this. Maybe with 3.4 feedback, maybe or 3.3 feedback, and I guess 3.4 feedback from like maybe they might record your input. So for example, they'll record like, oh, a lot of people are skipping this part of the story, or quite a bit of people are skipping this part of the story, or a significant amount of people are skipping this part. So I know I'm saying the same thing multiple times, but like people are skipping the story, this part of the story, and like, okay, what is wrong with this part in particular? And they can note that as like, oh, okay, this person's yapping too much about stuff that's unrelated to the actual story. Okay, let's cut that out, right? Or let's leave it to like only a few lines, cut down some of the lines. 3 fun events this patch, technically true, but also like not at the same time. It's because of the fake collab. So this one was kind of unrealistic just because of the fake collab. But this one is obvious. I don't. They didn't show anything about Hysolins or any of that. So we'll wait till 3.5 for the cope part. Maybe. Surely they will add Sila's embroidery class and an Aglaya skin event. Honestly, I kind of want to see a Aglaya skin, if I'm going to be real with you all. That would be great. Like, she is the dress master. Literally the dress master. Okay? Let her have style, chat. Let her, or not chat. You guys can't control what Hoyo does. Hoyo, please give Aglaya a skin. And I want her to be super flirty. I mean, what? Anyway. That's gonna be it. That's kind of all I have for analysis and stuff. Because not really much else to say. Like, in terms of like how I feel about the patch, it's fate and core story and buff characters. Honestly, there's not much. I'm gonna be real with the chat. Like, the only reason why there's a draft is because of the fake collab. So the fake collab better be freaking bonkers. Obviously, I have a feeling it's gonna be fully voiced, so yeah, that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be very fun. Okay, I will say my only issue is they're hyping up the JP voices a lot for Saber and Archer. They even like they did that they even did that for the actual trailer itself. That part wasn't in English either. Like the trailer, which kind of worries me a little bit. But other than that, thank you all so much for being here. Whether you're lurking or whatever, because any kind of support means the world. And as always, make sure you're yourselves and take care of yourselves. Have a wonderful life, everyone. And I'm going to go to sleep after this. Peace.